Good morning, grade 2. How are you today? I hope you are fine. Are you ready for our reading lesson today? So pay attention and listen carefully, please. Today is Wednesday, 22 of April 2020. Our lesson today is about the Signmakers assistant story. The Signmakers assistant story. We will review this story and we will talk about the genre and skill, and we will make a brief review for the vocabs. Okay, the title of the story is The Signmakers Assistant. So the title is The Signmakers Assistant. Who's the author? Who's the writer? He is Ted Arnold. Ted Arnold. The genre is humorous fiction. What's the genre? Genre is humorous fiction. And the skill is main idea and details. The skill is main idea and details. Now, let's talk about the genre. Genre here is humorous fiction. Humorous fiction. What's the meaning of humorous fiction? Humorous means funny. Funny. So humorous means funny. And fiction means imaginary story. That means not real. Okay. Humorous fiction altogether is a funny story about imaginary people and events. So humorous alone means funny. Fiction alone means imaginary story. That means not real. Together, humorous fiction, it is a funny story about imaginary people and events. Okay? A funny story about imaginary people and events. Example, Diary of Wimpy Kid. This is a humorous fiction story. It is a funny and imaginary. Okay, it has imaginary people and events. Now, let's talk about the skill. The skill here in this story is main idea and details. Main idea and details. What's the meaning of main idea and details? Main idea is the most important idea of the story. Main idea is the most important idea of the story. That means when I want to find the main idea in a paragraph or in a story or an essay, I have to find the most important idea of the story. Okay? All of you, what's the meaning of main idea? All of you say the most important idea of the story. Again, what is the main idea? Okay, now details tell more about the main idea. Tell more about the main idea. So details tell more about the main idea. Okay, so the main idea, the most important idea of the story. Okay, the details tell more about the main idea. Again, together, what's the meaning of main idea? The most important idea of the story. Repeat. Okay, details tell more about the main idea. Excellent. Okay, now let's make a brief review for the vocabs. The first word we have is afternoon. Afternoon means the time of day between noon and night. So afternoon means the time of day between noon and night. Example, I spent the afternoon at the pool. I spent the afternoon at the pool. Blame. Blame. What's the meaning of blame? Blame means to say that something is someone's fault, that something is someone's fault. For example, she couldn't blame him for that. She couldn't blame him for that. Idea. Idea is a thought or opinion. A thought or opinion. An example, it might be a good idea. It might be a good idea. Next, we have important. Important. What's the meaning of that? It means taken seriously. Taken seriously. An example, it is important to water plants. Okay? Let's go on. Sign maker means someone who makes signs. Someone who makes signs. So, what's the meaning of sign maker? Sign maker means someone who makes signs. The sign maker needs many materials and fabrics. The last word we have is townspeople. Townspeople. What's the meaning of townspeople? It means people who live in a town. People who live in a town. A sentence. All the townspeople had escaped. All the townspeople had escaped. Now, let's
in the evening,
listen to the story.
when the sign maker returned from his work in the next town,
as you
he
have in
knew
your
nothing of Norman's
weekly plan,
tricks.
okay?
An angry crowd of people met him at the back door of his shop and
The sign maker's
chased him into the woods. As Norman watched, he suddenly realized that without signs and without the sign maker, the town was in danger. "It's all my fault," cried Norman. But no one was listening. Late that night, the sign maker returned and saw a light on in his shop. Norman was feverishly painting. While the town slept and the sign maker watched, Norman put up stop signs, shop signs, street signs, danger signs, and welcome signs, in and out signs, large and small signs, new and beautiful signs. He returned all his presents and cleared away the garbage at the grocery store. It was morning when he finished putting up his last sign for the entire town to see. Then Norman packed his things and locked up the shop. But as he turned to go, he discovered the sign maker and all the townspeople gathered at the door. "I know you're angry with me for what I did," said Norman with downcast eyes. "So I'm leaving." "Oh, we were angry, all right," answered the school principal. "But we were also fools for obeying signs without thinking." "You told us you are sorry," said the sign maker, "and you fixed your mistakes. So stay and work hard. One day this shop may be yours." "Perhaps," answered Norman, hugging the old man. "But not before I finish cleaning those brushes."
Now let's do this exercise. Choose the correct answer. Choose the correct answer. What does Norman do in this story? He paints signs and cleans brushes. He cleans rooms and checks papers. He picks up and sharpens pencils. What did he do? Great job. He paints signs and cleans brushes. Okay, number 2. Who found the no school sign? Who found the no school sign? The firefighters, the banker, or the teacher and principal? Great job. The teacher and principal. Excellent. Who did the townspeople first think painted the signs? The principal, the sign maker, or the assistant? Who did the townspeople first think painted the signs? The principal, the sign maker, or the assistant? They thought that, the sign maker painted the signs. Okay, now number 4. How did Norman feel when he saw what happened because of his signs? Angry, glad, or sorry? How did he feel when he saw what happened because of his signs? Great job. Sorry. Great job. Number 5. What is an assistant? What is an assistant? Someone who pitches the ball, the players. Someone who stops others from doing things wrong. Someone who helps others do something. What is an assistant? Someone who helps others do something. Great. Number 6. What was the first sign Norman painted? The first sign Norman painted. Garbage dump, no kids, or no school today? What was the first sign Norman painted? Amazing. No school today. Great job. Now let's do this exercise about the vocabs. Take 3 minutes to think, and we will solve together after that. Let's do the first one. That is a good for a class project. Great job, Sidra. Great job, Dalia. Celine. Yes. So this is idea. That is a good idea. Great. I have a very test today. Celine, Sidra, Dalia. Excellent. So important. Now, you can't prepare for your mistake. Great, Sidra. Great, Talia. Celine, excellent. Okay, so it is playing. Let's play a game. This, great Dahlia, great Sita. Okay, so afternoon. Let's play a game this afternoon. Now the last one. This town used to have a great job. Sidra and Dahlia, great. Science maker. This town used to have a science maker. Great job. Okay, my lovely students, this is what we have for today. Thank you for listening and goodbye.